The world's weirdest law. Shave. You ever felt like the law was a bit too serious? Well, you might be right, because all around the world, there are some laws so strange, so quirky, and so downright funny, they make you wonder if the lawmakers were just having a laugh. Join us today as we explore some of the most bizarre, head-scratching, and absolutely hilarious laws that are still in place across the globe. You won't believe some of the things you can or can't do, depending on where you are. Let's dive in. Let's start with the land of the free and the home of the brave, America, a country where the laws can be just as odd as its many traditions. In the state of Alabama, for example, it is illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes people to laugh in church. Now, that might sound like an exaggerated urban legend, but nope, it's the law. Apparently, the good folks of Alabama take their worship services very seriously. So, if you're planning to visit, leave your fake facial hair at home, or risk being the cause of a holy uproar. And speaking of strange mustaches, in Vermont, you can't whistle underwater. We're not sure if they're trying to prevent underwater concerts or just worried about something happening to your whistle. But it's a law, and it's strange enough to make you rethink your aquatic plans. Across the pond in the United Kingdom, there's a law that prohibits dyeing your pet's fur a different color. That's right, no Technicolor guinea pigs allowed. While this might sound like a straightforward case of animal cruelty prevention, it's just one of those old rules that has never been rescinded. In fact, there are all sorts of quirky laws still floating around, like the one that prohibits handling a fish in a public place while drunk. So, fish touting, beer guzzling escapades in the UK. And let's not forget that in London, it's illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament. Seems like someone thought the idea of a deceased person in the seat of government might just be too much for the political landscape, though we imagine it's more of a symbolic law after all. How would you enforce something like that? Let's hop over to Australia, a country known for its unique wildlife and, evidently, its unusual laws. In the state of Victoria, it's illegal to change a light bulb unless you're a licensed electrician. While this may seem like over-regulation at first, it actually stems from concerns about safety, especially in older buildings. But can you imagine getting fined for trying to change a bulb yourself? And in the land down under, there's also a law in the Northern Territory that makes it illegal to keep a koala as a pet. It's obvious why this law exists. Koalas are protected animals. But could you imagine living in a world where cuddling a fuzzy koala is against the law? We bet that would leave many Australians hugging the trees even harder. Let's move to Japan, where their respect for etiquette and rules can sometimes result in unexpected laws. In the city of Kamigamo, it's illegal to dance after midnight. This law was put into place to maintain order in public spaces, but one can't help but wonder what happened to all the late-night clubbers who weren't allowed to hit the dance floor after hours. It's like a no-dancing zone, but only for the night owls. And here's another gem from Japan. In the country's capital, Tokyo, it's illegal to ride a bicycle without a bell. It's not just for safety reasons, it's for etiquette. In case you're wondering, those bells are used to announce your presence, so people know when to step aside and avoid being accidentally hit by a cyclist. It's not about being annoying, it's all about polite honking. Now, let's head to Thailand, where their rules can be both hilarious and head-scratching. For instance, did you know it's illegal to step on money in Thailand? The reason behind this is that the Thai currency carries the image of their king, and stepping on it is considered disrespectful to the monarchy. So, if you drop a coin, make sure to pick it up carefully, otherwise, you could be breaking the law. Speaking of monarchies, in Thailand, it's also illegal to drive a car without a shirt. It's not about keeping things family-friendly, it's about ensuring that no one appears too disheveled in public. So, if you're planning on driving around in Thailand, better make sure your wardrobe includes at least a basic t-shirt. Let's stop in Italy, a country known for its delicious food and rich culture, but also home to some quirky laws. In the city of Florence, it's illegal to sit on the steps of public buildings. While it might seem like a harmless act of relaxation, sitting on the steps could result in a fine. The idea behind this law is to preserve the appearance of public spaces and prevent them from being cluttered by crowds of people lounging about. And in Rome, The law says you can't build sandcastles on the beaches, at least, not in certain areas. Why? Well, it's because the government wants to keep the sand clean and pristine. So, if you're looking to create the next big beach masterpiece, you might need to head outside the city limits. Next, we head to the land of love, France. While French laws are often seen as sophisticated and refined, they have their oddities too. For example, in the city of Blois, it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon. We're not entirely sure who this law was targeting, but it's a very specific rule to stop any unwelcome comparisons between farm animals and French emperors. Let's kick things off in Switzerland, where cleanliness is clearly a top priority. But did you know that in some parts of Switzerland, it's actually illegal to flush the toilet after p.m.? It's true. This rule was put in place to keep the peace and quiet, as the sound of a toilet flushing could disturb your neighbors late at night. Can you imagine being caught for a late-night flush? So if you live in Switzerland, it might be worth waiting until morning to do your business, or risk the wrath of the noise police. Next, we head to Singapore, where a surprising law will make you rethink that pack of gum in your pocket. Chewing gum is illegal in Singapore. The law was introduced to prevent the mess that gum leaves on sidewalks and public transportation. So no gum chewing for you unless it's for medicinal purposes, and even then, you'll need a prescription. Imagine walking around trying to get rid of your gum in public, only to be warned, not today, buddy. Down under in Queensland, Australia, there's a law that requires pedestrians to always walk on the left side of the road. If you're caught walking on the right side, you could face a fine. This law was introduced to maintain smooth pedestrian flow, but you can bet tourists are left scratching their heads. So, next time you're in Queensland, remember, left side only, or you might just get a ticket for your wrong side stroll. As we can see, the world is full of strange and amusing laws, often rooted in history, culture, and sometimes, a little too much concern for order. While many of these laws may seem absurd to us, they serve as a reminder of how diverse the world truly is. Some might make you laugh, while others may leave you scratching your head. Either way, one thing's for sure, there's no shortage of peculiar rules around the globe. From the bizarre to the funny, the weird world of laws is sure to keep us entertained, no matter where we are. So next time you travel, be sure to brush up on the local rules. You never know when you might break a law by accident, or by trying to change a light bulb. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more strange and funny laws from around the globe. We've got plenty more quirky rules to share, so stay tuned for our next video. Until next time, keep smiling, but only if you're not driving in Japan.